Hey, what's up guys? You're watching Theo Joe Tech. Now, I'm sure most of us, especially if you're in America, have had run-ins and issues with our internet companies, whether it's bad customer service or bandwidth caps or faulty connections, anything like that. And a lot of times it's easy to feel like you can't make a difference, especially when it's the case of the internet company having a monopoly. You may think that there's nothing you can do when these internet companies essentially screw you over. But there actually is something you can do, and that is to file a complaint with the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission. Now, if you're outside the US, there are other options that I'm going to talk about in a bit, but first of all, for the US, actually filing a FCC complaint against your internet company is a big deal, and these companies have to take them seriously, and it also applies for cell companies as well. What you do is go to consumercomplaints.fcc.gov and you click on File a Complaint and fill out whatever issue you're having, whether it's a low bandwidth cap or terrible internet connection that keeps dropping out, or you're getting speeds that are slower than advertised, anything like that, and you fill out the form. And you might think that these complaints are just gonna fall on deaf ears, nothing's gonna happen, but that's not the case. These internet companies are required to address these complaints. After you file a complaint, the company will contact you, probably by phone, and discuss the issue with you and hopefully fix it. And then afterwards, they have to actually write up a report to the FCC stating how they handled and solved the problem in the complaint. So it's not like they can just ignore these FCC complaints. The FCC really breathes down their neck about these, and they have to take them very seriously. And if you're not in the US, your country probably has a very similar government branch where you can file similar complaints against cellular or internet companies. For example, in the UK, there's Ofcom, and in Canada, it's CRTC. But what you can basically do is whatever country you're in, search FCC equivalent and then your country name. And then once you find out what it's called, just do a search for that government agency complaint, and then you could probably file a complaint through your government agency. And I definitely think that filing complaints against your ISP if they're misbehaving is an important part of being a responsible consumer, especially considering that most of these internet and cellular companies have very little accountability normally. Not only will this make the internet company hopefully resolve your issue, but it will also tell the FCC that people are having issues with these companies the more complaints they receive about them. So it kind of puts a red flag on that ISP. So it helps you in multiple ways, really. I also think if your internet company has bandwidth caps, you should consider filing a complaint just about that. If anything, it'll tell the FCC that people don't like these bandwidth caps and give them a number to point to. Say, look at how many people complained about these bandwidth caps. If they move forward to ban these caps in the future, they'll have something to point to. And yes, I actually did file a complaint against my ISP because I have a bandwidth cap, even though I'm on the highest tier plan. And on top of that, they don't even offer the bandwidth meter to see how much data I've been using on my tier. So they're capping my data, but I have no way of seeing how much I'm using. So I filed the complaint, and about a week later, I got a call from the internet company, and they had a conversation with me because they had to. And then they told me actually it's more of a soft cap, and that even if I went over, really nothing would happen. So I actually was pretty satisfied. It kind of resolved my fears, and it actually worked out. The guy then mentioned that he would write up the report to the FCC about the conversation we had, so they do actually have to expend energy and use time up to address these complaints, so it doesn't just get wasted. So if you have been having issues with your internet company, then definitely consider filing an FCC complaint if you didn't know you could do that already, and hopefully that will motivate them enough to fix the issue. And I hope you guys found this video helpful. I know I didn't really know you could file these complaints with FCC or what even happened if you did, so hopefully it was useful to you guys. If you did like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so I know you liked it. And if you want to continue watching, I've got some other videos on the right-hand side. You can just click those or look in the description for the same link, like if you're on a phone. And if you want to subscribe, I make new videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so I think it should be worth it. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, either here on YouTube or on Twitter. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Have a good one.